I am muted. Good evening. How's the sound for everyone? Hello, Pigeon. Hi, Siggy. Big Dig. Oh, Big Dog. Oh, mate. Does it sound alright, yeah? Cool. That's all the settings, I think, got reset. Yeah, you fat mate, I know. Just for the follow, Jacob. Oh, I love you too, Stiggy. Right, we're back. Once again, round 1. Season 16 of Legacy. Unfortunately, I am on comms by myself this season. Diablo's ditched me. And his Common Academy. But you still got my sexy voice to listen to for 12 races this season. I think I will miss one, so you will have to bear with on that one, but you'll have me for most of them. And today's a bit of a twist, as he's still smiling. What about Pidge? You know. Anyway, hi Rage. Hey dear mate. Thank you for the follow, Muzzer. Appreciated. I know exactly what you're on about, Pigeon. I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you? For those who do not know how Sundays work this season, and it's the same as last season, it's kind of a special format on a weekly basis, which gets announced on the evening. Back from the footy. Well, where have you been? What football have you been on today? Or are you physically like back, as in like you've been to the States? Yes, I digress. There is a set rule format for every single race, and today's format, there was a pre-lap which was set by Manic, and the time was hidden for the entire grid, and everyone had the opportunity to set a lap time, try and match whatever lap time Manic set, which was a 1 minute 27.063. Closest to that was Mr. Plev, got a 1:26.860, which puts him on pole. That's the grid for tonight anyway, as long as everyone joins. 6 people didn't set a time. 6? Yeah, 6. I can count. But it's a Plev and Konski front row with Bailey and Pork on the second row, and I'm pretty sure Bailey is, again, the Legacy's a split class. Bailey's a G2. He's on G2 pole technically, as per the statistics. Do. Oh, wrong one. That's our grid for the entire season. Well, Stiggy is defending Drivers' Champion for Legacy this season after winning it with a race to spare in the last, beating Cookie, reserve driver Cookie, I should say, actually. He was a G2 driver this season. Come on, Cookie. Some pace to pick up on there, mate. But G1's got a driver partnership of Alpine, has Jay Tyler and Daddy Jack. The Aston Martin is Stiggy and Hassan, both veterans of PGR as such at this point. It got the Ferrari pairing of the double P's of Pork and Partick. Jack's dead. What, literally? Yeah. Good evening, by the way, as well, Jack. The McLaren pairing of Levank and everyone's favourite G1 driver, Mr. Tuck. Oh, I don't think he's racing tonight. I got a message to have done a lap. Oh. Where else we? V-car pairing of Zoltan and Konski. That's probably going to be a decent pairing. Zoltan's got a good pace on this game. And also, Stiggy and Konski won the Constructors title last season, I think it was. for Sauber. The pair have been split up this season. Stiggy's got Hassan. Obviously, Konski has got Zoltan now. Can't remember the G2. Oh, it's Tuck that won G2, didn't it? Yeah. Can't remember the team, but we're already going. We're already on countdown. That's come around quite quickly. Yeah. Glitched. He's disappear. Hello, Rump. How are you, mate? Hello, Cookie. I was querying your pace earlier, mate. Yeah. Doubts. Faith, Cookie. Get as much laps in as possible, mate. I'm good, Rump. I'm good, mate. You? You know, a bit pissed off. Me car broke down on the Friday, but not broken down, but it's going in the garage on the Monday, which is fun. Other than that, living the dream. Someone could let me know as well if the actual game audio is too loud or not when we get started. That would be much appreciated. Hate for my voice to get overtaken by all the engine noise. I think a couple of dropouts, so I don't got the full grid of 21. So we've got 19 drivers, looks like. Red pedal needs to be sorted out, and I have Monday and Tuesday off to do. Cheers, mate. 41% IVs. It's not as good as the Butterfree I'm currently grinding. That's got like 88%, was it? 86%. What's up with the brake pedal, Cookie? Yeah. Oh, we've got 18 drivers, not 19. Sorry, I can't count. Oh, that's boring. Everyone on the medium tyre. What is the race strategy for Qatar? A one stop. Lovely stuff. So we'll get to see, hopefully, if the cars have improved Qatar or not. Just get everything set up. I forget. Rock solid and no progression. So why is my camera looking at gravel? Okay. Is it load cell, is it, Cookie? Quite a break in the train on the formation lap. Oh my god. Tired. All these late nights. It's coming home, remember? Oh, what's that? Oh, lining ourselves up onto the grid now. Plevank on pole, Konski P2. He's going to try and look and get down the inside if he can. Bailey's just going to try and mind his own business, considering that, well, 4 of the top 5 are drivers that he's not really racing against. His first competitor on the track is Rage, who's P6 in the G2 category. And after that, it's Rump in P9? No, it's Manic in P8. Stiggy can't park properly. Rage has somehow managed to park properly. Tyler can't park, so that's 2. 3 drivers can't park. That's Liam, I think that is. He's a new driver, so we'll keep an eye on his progress in his first race in PGR, I think. I don't want to question it, but not too sure. But we've got the red lights coming on now. We've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for the first race of Legacy Season 16 round Qatar. And it looks like Plev has got a pretty decent start. Konski trying to get alongside, but he's unable to do so. And Plev holds on to the lead of the race. Bailey holds on to P3. Pork's not able to find a way through, and further down the field, there's a car going dead slow. That's Cookie. He mustn't have got off the line at all. There's a spin further back. That's Fox. Must have made contact with someone. Didn't see that, but apart from that, it looks like everyone has got through the first few corners pretty cleanly, and I didn't really see much movement going on. There's cars battling at the back. Got the leaderboard in the way, so we can't see what's going on. But everyone's made it through the first lap, apart from Fox with his little spin and Cookie not getting off the line very well. A-OK as Hassan's going for a move down the inside of Rump with a little bit of wheel banging, a little bit of contact, more banging. Rubski's ran a little bit wide, and that's allowed Mag to get through, so it's a bit of a hard overtake as such going on there. And Rage is now going to go at Stiggy. Stiggy, the drivers who got a quick turn of pace, but he just seems to be struggling at the moment to get full understanding of the new cars with the new battery modes. Like his raw pace is there, it's getting to grips with that battery, but Lev out in front has had a perfect first lap, and what he needs to do, we have not got the gaps. Let's get that on right now. And sets the fastest lap of the race and maintains the lead. And he burnt his entire battery in trying to break Konski. Konski's got what is now the new overtake mode, which replaced the DRS. So within a second in the detection point, you get extra recharge through your lap. You get the extra boost, which you can use, which Lev will not get as his leader, and it will allow Konski to close up that gap. Potentially have a look at overtaking, but already Qatar is proving itself to be a bit of a train fest. We've got more yellow flags. Don't know who's that for us. And it tries to go around the outside of Hassan, but nothing doing there. Switching to the outside of turn 7, is that? Again, Hassan, wise to the move, covers it off, and it's going to stay in P10 for the moment. Yes, we'll look at some changes. That's the wrong thing. It's, oh my god, it's been a while. There it is. So the top 5 have not moved. Manic now is going around the outside of Hassan. He was, but he's been re-overtaken by Hassan. Hassan's purple battery, the one Manic has got pushing him up to turn 15. I think that is. Cookie's had a spin, another spin. It's a race to forget already for Cookie so far, but let's just keep going. The lap's coming in. Yeah, after the first couple of laps, Pigeon's the most gained, with 4 positions gained, as is Hassan and Benzilla. Nick on the inside of Hassan, and he gets that move done. And he's up into P9 is now. Manic as 2 Cadillacs of Ethan, which is Darkron, and Rage are going at it. Bailey's lost 3 positions now on this lap alone, fighting Pork at front, so he must have been pushed wide by Pork potentially, which allowed Stiggy. Stiggy's got past Jack as well, JT. But out in front, there's a 2-second gap, so yeah, Pork and Bailey were definitely scrapping quite hard. Because Bailey's not got the overtake. Hawk has. Obviously, he was a second behind Bailey, but that's allowed Konski and Plev open up a 2-second gap out in front. Get the position changes off. Mercedes car's already erased for getting Fox has pitted, so he must have picked up damage on the first lap after that contact. And there's a train forming from P3, which is Pork, all the way down to Grubsky in P13. Take a few laps. Rage has depleted his entire battery. That's allowed Ethan to blast straight through. Now, here comes Manic down the inside of Rage. Rage has got anything to fight that with. There's no battery, and Manic's made the place up into P8 now. Looking to get past Ethan as quickly as possible if he can, so he doesn't lose that lead train. Barwise is our second driver so far who's picked up a 3-second time penalty. Out in front, Hawk is really struggling to pace, it looks like, because he's been gapped by another 1.5 seconds, it looks like, in the last lap or two. So Pork out in front. Pork's one of the drivers I thought in pre-season he looked quite strong, but all he signs this season is potentially that pre-season pace, a little bit of a false dawn for him as, oh my god, Jack and Stiggy are going at it, and that was a little bit of a late move from JT. I don't think Stiggy would be too happy with that. JT's got to be careful with those late moves in the braking zones because he'll be classified as moving under braking. He's just a little bit of a late move again, and then he closes off the apex. That's another thing that Jack does quite often, in closing up the apex. So Stiggy will be kind of wary of that. There's a lot of movement from Jack ahead. Jack's got to be really careful here not to overly move too much. Stiggy now around the outside. JT trying to hold the inside line if he can. We'll jump on board with Bailey. He's got a perfect rear view of this. Both drivers now deploying the battery. Still going side by side. Still going at it. Stiggy holding the inside line. He goes off the track. JT giving the space. Bailey's got a 3-second penalty from somewhere, but there's good battle in and out. Stiggy's going at Jack again, and that's allowing Paul to run away. Paul's opened that gap to 1.1 second. So JT's got no battery left. Stiggy's got half a tank of battery, as has Bailey. JT's a sitting duck at this point. He's not going to get the overtake boost mode on lap 6. Oh, and down the inside, that's a dive from Ethan, and oh my god, how did he not make contact? But from that, he's lost 3 positions now. He's lost out to Manik and to Hassan. And there goes JT, no battery. Trying to stay in the slipstream. Is he going to make a bit of a dive? He does a little bit. He tries to hold the inside line. It's bold, and they've locked wheels. And I don't know whether that was a Bailey turning into JT somewhat, or JT's line drifting slightly outwards, but Bailey's lost 3-4 positions from that. JT lost a couple as well, and it's allowed Manik to cycle himself up to P5 after starting P10 on the grid. Oh, and there's more contact. Who's that? That's Ethan and JT. JT's off the track. There must have been contact. I don't know what that was caused by. JT is now down in 15th place. He's stopped on the side of the track. Ethan's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and JT's still stopped. Yellow flags. I think we could see JT potentially retiring in the pits. No idea what happened. There was obvious contact, whether it was a move from one of the drivers on the inside. JT's definitely moving slowly, and probably going to see him retire into the pits. Bailey runs off track again. Jin isn't within the 1 second, so he's not going to get the overtake, so we're getting a split in the train, but Pork at the moment is Pork being the cork. Such. Currently dropping around about 6-7 tenths a lap. Konski in P2s. Konski's sitting on the back of Lev. It's a good race from Konski so far. Yellow flag's being caused by JT. Don't want to see a safety car ideally. He's going to retire, just come in the pits and retire. To report anything that he thinks is necessary. Oh my god, and there's a car in the barrier, and that is Ethan. Oh my god. That was a car going straight off. I wonder, is that mechanical issue, or was that contact? But Ethan's got no wing at all now. What happened there? All we saw was a car flying straight off track. It was Ethan that went straight off track. And yeah, I'm just gobsmacked that he's not retired from that. Yeah, JT does retire from the session. Potentially we may see Ethan as well after that massive bout of contact. Yellow flags are going to put a stop for anyone trying to overtake Pork here. So we're just getting a little bit of a break in all the trains now. Rumsky's in the pits. So is it Rumsky? Is he going in for a wing change? He is. I wonder if it was Rumsky and Ethan that potentially made contact with each other. Ethan's come into the pits and retired as well, so that's the second DNF from this race. That was a heavy impact for Ethan. Honestly surprised he didn't retire on the spot. But Cookie, for all his troubles now, he's up into P13. Go on, Cookie. Back front, Konski is 4 tenths off the back of Lev. Got very similar battery levels, so I think Lev is managing his battery and his pace quite well so far. Just keeping Konski at bay, not allowing him to have a run at any point. And the pace from these front two is solid, to say the least. They are comfortably the quickest drivers on track. It's hard to tell whether the likes of Stiggy is going to get everyone on Pork now, down the pit straight. What has he got in terms of straight line speed? Your battery burn now down to turn 1, Stiggy with that inside line. I think Pork's going to give it up, and he does choose to give it up. Stiggy now got that inside line. It's P3 for Stiggy, so we're going to see what kind of pace he's got. Hassan makes a surprise move down the inside of Manik. Oh, and it makes contact with Hassan. A little bit of Hassan closing the door and Manik a little bit on the inside, but all ended up well. At least no car majorly got spun round or got damage. We'll see Stiggy's pace now compared to what Pork was doing, and Stiggy's already gapping Pork, so I think that clearly shows that Pork's struggling at the moment. He's got a load of marbles on his front left tyre from running slightly wide off the racing line. That's not going to help his pace. Pigeon's been going quietly along with his business. He's up 9 positions, the most positions gained, followed by Hassan, who's gone +7. In with a very solid drive at the moment for the Williams team. Team which doesn't have any full-time drivers at the moment. Manik gets a 3-second time penalty. Keep yourself within track limits, Manik. Powers gets another 3-second penalty with that gap. Stiggy dropped Pork instantly, which clearly shows that Pork is the one that's struggling for pace. Sticking down that straight, obviously used a lot of battery. He lost a whole second on that pit straight. Hassan's got through Pork as well, missed that overtake, apologies, but Hassan now up to P4, so it's an Aston Martin P3 and P4 at the moment. It's a solid drive for the Aston Martin team. But yeah, Stiggy is recharging the battery a lot. Hard to tell its actual pace compared to the front runners. Might be trying to get Hassan into the overtake mode so he can pull away from Pork and then make this an easy Aston Martin free fall. In the gaps. This is the closest Konski's been for a while. On the back of Lev, but if the final corners want to recharge that battery pack, it's 50% versus 50%. Port gets a 3-second time penalty for limits. Lev again has got Konski covered. Konski with the boost mode, with the extra energy deployment and energy recharge, just cannot recharge enough battery to get himself close enough to make that move as Bailey's into the pits. So Liam cycles himself up to P10 on his debut race in PGR, I think. I say that every time I say his name, I'm not sure. Pretty sure it is his debut race. He's not been able to brake. House has got past Pork. Pork's got a fuel light, so I'm wondering whether the reason for his lack of pace is he's underfueled a lot and now he's realised that pick up on that front left tyre for Ferrari. It's gone now, but a lot of marble pickup. He is on Qatar. The offline is horrible on the tyres. Pigeon gets a massive moment going on. I think he can probably overtake a bit too early. He's hasty to try and catch up to these guys ahead. Hassan hasn't got the pace of Stiggy to try and catch up. Stiggy at the moment is holding on to P3 as Liam on his debut race in PGR, I think, gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Bailey gets a 3-second penalty as well. On lap 12, also pitted, pass towards the back of all pitted, onto the hard compound tyres. Ski, maybe not, can't get to the end. I think Bailey will be able to. Markvard is into the pits as well from 11. Hassan has now caught up to Stiggy, so Stiggy has backed off the pace somewhat to allow his teammate to catch back up. Get himself within that 1 second overtake mode boost. Pork struggling. I don't know if this is tyre wear related, fuel issue related, just pure pace related, but Pork's been going backwards and continuing to go backwards. The next car behind him is Pigeon, who's catching him slightly. So he could lose another position. Struggling this Pork. I think it's purely just pace and tyre related, I think. Looking at his exit speed, it was all squirrely on the exit, under power. Entered a little bit of a lull in this race now as Plev's pulled the pin, he's in to cover off the undercut from Konski. Going to come up in massive clean air. Puts on the hard compound tyre, so it's hammer time for Konski as such. Putting a strong in-lap if he can, and see if he can get the overcut. A load of cars are coming to the pits. But that's basically everyone in that midfield battle. Hassan, Trouser, Rage, Pork, Pigeon, they're all boxed on the same lap with the hard compound tyres. Way to make the race more interesting, guys. Cookie's left the session. Internet issues. Give another one. Oh no. Do that to me again. Yeah, in lap. Critical for Konski at this point. He's burning his battery, whatever he's got. Maybe he's running in clean air though, so that's really not going to help his situation. What is the gap? 24.8. I think a pit stop loss at Qatar is around 25 seconds, so at the moment Konski's going to come up just behind. That's going to have slowed down way early for the pit lane, so he's lost a bit of time on the pit entry. Sticky comes in. Pit lane line's there. I don't know why they're braking so early. And Mag is actually going to cycle himself up and take the lead of this legacy race. Is it bad? Did you need an invite, mate, or you? I did invite you. You saw it. I can ping you on if you need, mate. But Blair has. Oh, okay. Blair's got out 3 seconds ahead. Yeah, 3 seconds ahead of Konski. The gap is at 25 seconds, so. Or 24.8. And if a pit stop losses are around 25 seconds, it's a lot. I don't know whether Konski lost a lot of his time on the pit entry. Have a slow stop. Definitely didn't have a wing change. But anyway, that's basically put the race in Plev's hands now. He's got the gap, and the pace that he's been setting all race, he can control that gap and take a pretty easy win. It's an opening race. Ah, unfortunate, mate. Fucking internet. It's brilliant when it works. Most of the time it's shit. Pigeon picked up a 3 second time penalty in the middle of all that. So we'll take a look at penalties quickly. The two cars that haven't boxed are the leading two. Where's penalties? Where's penalties? So everyone on 3 that's got a penalty except for Bailey and Fawaz, who've got 6. Plev sets the fastest lap of the race, showing the pace that he is now setting in that clean air. Konski is matched him that lap on his out lap. I think now that Plev's got that gap, it's his race to lose at this point. On track, we've got 2 Aston Martins and the Red Bull running closely. Pigeon's got himself ahead of Paul. Left again. Some continuous internet issues. Let me know if you want an invite cookie, mate. Number 1. But yeah, Pigeon's got past Pork, and there's a battle further on back. Fawaz in P12 at the moment with Rump and Benzilla directly behind. I'll send you on, mate. Oh, just let me know when you're ready. It's just such an online. Rage has picked up 3 seconds. Is that his first? Yeah, it's his first penalty. So that's Rage's first penalty of the session. Sticky's pulled the pin on Hassan. Absolutely bolted. He's basically fed Hassan off the Manic at this point. Both got very equal battery. It's one of them that you're going to have to do something different unless you try and cause the car ahead to burn its entire battery pack before the straight. You have to make moves in obscure different places. You can't make moves on straights anymore. Everyone uses their battery in exactly the same places. Everyone is saving battery for these high speed areas that you basically have to make moves in these type of areas, these short straights, where you've got the battery advantage with the overtake mode, with the extra recharge. That's your best bet on making overtakes with the new regulations, unless, like I said, you set the move up like 4 or 5 corners in advance. Further on back, there's a scrap for position between Benzilla and Rumsky. Benzilla tried to go down the inside, and nearly loses it. Nearly loses it under power, but manages to straighten it up. Fights for P12 at the moment on track. We've got that battle for P12, and then the only other real fight on track now is Hassan ahead of Manic. Or P4. Seems to be picking up extra track limit points from that corner. And it's going to be able to make a move due to the battery on the final straight, but these guys are going at it towards the back of the field. Benzilla has got ahead of Rumsky now. Missing all the overtakes. Not the worst timing with the cameras. Ooh, yellows. Who's that? Oh, Cookie's had a spin. Cookie's back in. A bit of a spin, but he's still going. It's Fox, he's into the pits. I'm just getting down the inside of Fawaz, and Benzilla's got through as well, so Fawaz has lost 2 positions on that lap. Got more battery than the cars around him though. So we could probably look at making a move back. Get himself up to P12 again. It's that fight for P12 and then this fight really for P4, which is all that's going on at the moment. Clever's checked out in front, he's 3.4 seconds ahead. Sticky himself, he looks to be like the quickest man on track at the moment. It's the goes Manic, forcing Hassan to use a bit more battery in a place he doesn't want to use it. Liam, in his debut race with PGR, I think, get a pretty second time penalty. I think that's Liam's 6th penalty. Pigeon's catching up to these 2 as well now. Pigeon's about to get into the second. Did he get the overtake? He did. Pigeon got the benefit of the extra battery, Hawk didn't. Hawk now is being dropped by Pigeon and is going to continuously get dropped now with the pace that we've seen from Hawk. He's struggling. He's gone from 3 on the grid, I think it was, to P7 now. He's the quickest man on track, catching up the constant. I think he's catching up with the overtake. But he's quicker than Plev at the moment. I think Plev though is just managing the race. He doesn't need to be quick anymore. He's done the work. Took the lead. Oh, not even took the lead. He started off pole, maintained the lead, didn't look back, covered the undercut. And it's going to be an easy P1 for Plev unless there's a safety car or Danny Combs curse. Don't bin it, Plev. Don't bin it. That was track limit, surely. And we're going to see Plevank spin in 3, 2, 1. No. Anyway, I don't want to stay on Plev all race. Pigeons cruise himself into the back of the Hassan train. Pigeon's one driver that is, I think he's enjoying the new regulations of the new game. And an increase in pace from last season. Straight, and Manic just cannot get close enough. He's using the battery where he needs to use it. Manic needs to think differently about making an overtake. Wow, switch camera at the right time. Manic nearly going into the back of Hassan with a little bit of later braking. Yeah, he's getting the extra battery recharge, but he cannot deploy the battery enough to get a good move. Run wide, and that'll be a track limit warning, I would imagine. He's got very similar battery levels to Hassan. Going onto the pit straight, and again, they're both going to use their battery in exactly the same place, and for another lap it's going to be Hassan P4, Manic P5 and Jim P6. I think he set the fastest lap of the race as well, so he's continuing on at his pace. Top 3 as well, not getting track limit penalties at any point. Was going to go for a move then. I wasn't even ready to switch cameras if he was. Gets himself a 3-second time penalty, but Manic at this point must be incredibly frustrated. He's stuck behind that Aston Martin and he knows what he's got to do, but he just cannot do it. He cannot get close enough to try and set up a move. the battery level usage for these three cars. Got yellow flags, and that is... Oh, he's had a spin. Into the pits, he is. Looking at the tyres from the session. Saying that he was having brake issues before the race started, so whether that's related to that issue or whether it's to do with his connection. This is the first time that Manic has got himself close enough to Hassan. Can he get around the outside? He cannot. Hassan late brakes, but Manic makes the switch back down the inside. The problem is now that he's going to turn into the inside of Hassan for turn 2. Manic is sticking it in there. Oh, don't stick it in there, Manic. But he's made it stick and he's got around the outside of Hassan from turn 2. What a move from Manic. That's up to P4. It's everyone's favourite admin. Yeah, that was kind of the wrong words to use. Manic has stuck it in there. On the 12th of July 2026, Manic stuck it in there. Question is now, can Manic break away from Hassan? Hassan's got more battery available to him. Has Manic just had pace that he's not been able to use being stuck behind the Aston Martin car? Or is it just going to be the reverse of what was just happening before, where it's going to be Hassan now following Manic around lap after lap? Pigeon here, he's got an opportunity to get ahead of Hassan. Hassan's used a lot more battery than would have wanted. Pigeon's got a bit of battery to use. You can see Hassan flashing in front. And Pigeon, with that extra battery that he saved up on that lap, he moves himself up into P5, so that's the risk. Hassan was using more battery to try and keep close to Manic and have a run at him into turn 1, and instead it's left him defenceless, which has allowed Pigeon to move up into P5. Battery management from Hassan cost him on that lap, and he's lost another position due to it. He does now get the boost though of the extra recharge and the extra power. Now got 2 cars ahead of him, not just the one. Fight going on further back. Shame we didn't see that in the fullest, but Rager is having a side-by-side moment with Magnitex. This is with P9 on track and Bailey just ahead of him on G2 pole. Running, I think, it's a G2 P3 at the moment for Bailey. Although he's got the penalty, Magnitex doesn't, so Magnitex is on for a G2 podium at this point and for a P8 finish on track. I thought Rage was going to plow into the back of Mag then. Mag's got more battery than cars behind him. Is it close enough, so we'll stick on board with his power. Can Mag get up to Bailey? I don't think he can. But what's happening? It's allowing Liam his debut race in PGR, I think. Next up on the back is E11 at the moment. It's not 7. I know he's got 6. Bailey's got 6 as well. He's all over the back of Bailey again at the moment. That's his Pigeon on Manic. The cars are getting on the front left tyre for his planned turn. Got on turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, turn 8. Oh, and we switched just in time for that. Mag trying to move around the outside, but a little bit of contact, not a lot, a little bit, and Mag's managed to defend that well, but now it's Mag who's going to switch to the outside for turn 11, I think that is, or is it turn 10? Turn 10. This is turn 11, and you've got the right handers of 12, 13, 14, left under at 15. Magnitex around the outside, oh my god, that is bold. That is so bold to try and move around the outside, and they're still going. Mag, I think, bails out at the end. That is great driving from those two. But Bailey now is going to be caught out with the battery deployment. Mag is trying around the outside. Oh, he just can't hang around the outside, but now it's the run down to turn 1. Magnetech versus Bailey. Rage right behind Liam. He'll be hoping to pick up the scraps if he can. Magnus ran out of battery, cannot make a move, and here comes Rage down the inside, makes the move on Magnetex, dives down the inside. Can he make the move on Bailey as well? No, he cannot. But he's now going to try and hang it around the outside of turn 2. Bailey covers it off. And good defensive driving from Bailey at the moment. He's doing what he needs to do. Rage has ran out of battery now. Is that going to allow Magnetex to get back in? And Liam, on his debut race, spins into the barrier. Has he got damage? He has. There's his front wing. And he's going to have to make a trip through the pits as Rage goes down the inside of Bailey. So these are absolutely going tooth and nail for P8. Rage around the outside now. Absolutely phenomenal driving from these two. Rage runs off the track. He's going to give that up. Oh, Rage has a massive moment, and that's going to allow Magnetech back up to P9. After all that, for a full lap of battling, we are status quo to how we was a lap ago. Absolutely great fight for P8 at the moment, and we're going to stick on board because I think this is going to be round 2. Down to turn 1. Mag caught Bailey out before. We'll do the same again, but locks up, goes deep. Going to get the run. He's got the battery. He's got the straight line speed. He's got the slipstream. Pulls out to the left hand side to take the outside line for turn 1. This is round 3, I think, of these drivers. And oh, and there's contact. Bailey runs a little bit deep, and that's allowed Magnetex to get in front. And Bailey, oh my god, I thought Bailey was going to make a dive down the inside. I think he was trying to, but it wasn't on. And Magnetex makes it stick, and he's up to P8 now. Wow, great racing from those three. Absolutely phenomenal. It's not finished yet because Rage is now down the inside on Bailey. Liam gets a 10-second penalty, retires in the pits. Unlucky Liam. Not how you want your first race to end. Sorry, Liam. Debut race at PGR, I think. Bailey now's lost a couple of places and struggling a little bit. Nag's trying to pull away, pull the pin, but he's got no battery. Rage has got no battery actually, so Bailey's going to be able to hang on the back of Rage. But up in P4, Manic's in P4, Hassan's got ahead of Pigeon again. Manic's out of battery, Hassan's got the battery, Manic covers the inside, but Hassan takes the inside off with the overspeed. And oh my god, Hassan sent himself to Narnia into turn 1. That's allowed Pigeon to get alongside. Oh, Pigeon backs out. Hassan took himself to orbit with the launch that he just took off turn 1. Now in front, all does not seem to be well for the McLaren driver of Clev. Sponski has got that gap below a second. Stiggy's pace has dropped off somewhat, and Sponski's pace, he was picked up, or Clev's pace has dropped off massively. We've got yellow flags, that's Hassan. No, it's not. It's Stiggy. Stiggy having a moment. Cars, when the tyres get on, they become so unstable and it's so easy to drop them, especially when you deploy battery. Oh, and that is absolutely critical for the race win. Clebank has picked himself up a 3-second time penalty, which means Konski now, all he has to do is stay within the 3 seconds and stay penalty free, and that'll be, I think, a maiden win in Legacy for Konski. In the last couple of seasons he was definitely picked up in terms of pace, he was picking up more consistent podiums, much stronger race finish results. This will be the first race for Konski in which he's a Legacy race winner. Just at the right time. Hassan making a move on Manic and moves himself ahead up into P4. Didn't send himself to Narnia this time. Pigeon down the inside now. Runs himself off track. Really should give that position up. Does. He ran wide. Well, he didn't run wide. He put the inside line, so just as an illegal move. a bit of a moment under acceleration with the battery deployment. Konski, Plev's picked up the pace again. Can Konski respond? There's 2 laps to go. Both of these drivers I think are leaving everything on the track at the moment. They're going as fast as they possibly can. Konski chasing that win. Plev chasing to break the gap. Picking up that 3-second penalty. Rage gets a 3-second time penalty. Magnatex has bolted in P8, so he's confirmed that P8 finish for him. A very solid drive for Magnatex today. Not very qualified. 13, so he's gone up 5 places. Pigeon up 10 at the moment. Those positions again. Hassan's gone up +8. Penalties like Pigeon and Hassan have both got 6 seconds. Yeah, Konski's on for P1. Plev's pace looked to drop off and then he picks up the 3-second time penalty. So Konski, yeah, at the moment, unless that penalty is not legit. Yeah, Konski's got the fuel warning light. Why? Got 1.1 lap of fuel. He's minus 0.05, is that? Konski's on the limit of fuel basically. Got 0.9 laps of fuel left. If he Lyco's a bit on this lap, he'll probably be alright, but he's got to commit to the Lyco. He's about minus 0.1. He's very even on the fuel at the moment, so he might be alright, he's Konski. They have done that to absolute perfection. Just stick on board front, and I'm going to turn the telemetry off so we can see the fuel levels. It's 0.6 laps of fuel left. It's minus 0.02. He's slightly under. Every corner he gets fuel back and obviously loses it under acceleration. We've got 1 more sector to go. This section of the track where you're going to use more fuel because you're on power the entire time. Konski's level, he's just level. I think he's going to get away with it. I think he's going to run out of fuel on the line, but I think he's going to do it. And he doesn't run out of fuel. It's to the line, and it's Konski. Plev crosses the line in P1, but it's Konski with the 3-second time penalty. He takes the win of the race. A season opener around Qatar. Plev's race to lose, and he lost it. And that's the easiest way to put it. Plev had that under control. He led near enough every single lap. Picked up the 3-second penalty when he wasn't really under pressure, and it cost him the win. Yes, you are, Plev. Yeah, Konski P1. Plev P2, Stiggy completes the podium in P3. Very quiet race for Stiggy. Get it, Stig? Did. I don't know if that was on the last lap or not. Manic P4. That's G2 driver as well. So Manic for the G1 P1. G2's P1. Port P5. Hassan P6. Pigeon. Both of his tyres popped on the final lap. He dropped to P7 in the end. Magnatex, it's a great drive for Magnatex in P8, by the way. Well done, Mag. Absolutely great drive, mate. Bailey P9, rounds out the top 10. Rage in P11. I can't remember the rest. Yeah, great drive, Konski, mate. Stuck yourself in there, mate. Hung in and applied the pressure when you started catching Plev, and Plev made the error. You led 1 lap, which was your in lap when you pitted. It's like one of my wins, that is, but they all count, and Konski takes the season opener. So yep, just to continue on, it was Rage P11, Farwaz P12, Benzilla P13, Viking Fox P14, and it was DNFs for Liam, Cookie, Ethan, and Jack. Yeah, you didn't need to. I saw your fuel was very close as well, wasn't it? I think you were like dead on 0. Bang on 0. Yeah, we were keeping track of it. We saw the fuel light was on when you started the final lap. You know, I am going to give Driver of the Day as well to Yakonski, because I think going into the season there was a, it's a little bit of a unknown as how strong pace-wise you'll be, and yeah, you're a contender. Drove quite a very good race against Plev, who we know is very strong on this game already in terms of his qualifying pace as well as his race pace. But with him in the early stages, not even took the lead. It was a case that you basically won the race, forcing him to make a mistake. Congratulations, mate. Thank you for the follow pin. Hope you're well, mate. But that is round 1 of Legacy complete. Very, very quickly, obviously, because there was no qualifying session tonight. Cheers, pin. Okay. It's doing it. Weird doing it on your own again when you've had a comms partner for a season, but the race itself was actually quite enjoyable. For Qatar, anyway. Normally Qatar's like a used to be known as obviously DRS Train Central with literally nothing happening over it. Anyway, thank you very much, people. Congrats to Konski once again on the race win. And congrats to Plev and Stiggy on P2 and P3. And congrats to Manic as well on the G2, P1, and P4 on track. I think it was Pigeon that was P2 who got P7, and Magnatex got the podium for G2 in 8. There isn't a race next week either. Next Sunday is the World Cup final, so I think the executive decision has been made to cancel the race for obvious reasons of if England make it to the final, we won't get a grid. But I think it's the World Cup final in general, so we won't get a grid. So I will be seeing you in 2 weeks' time. Round 2. Which, I was going to say what the track is, but it actually gets confirmed on a week, so I won't bother. Catch you all next week. 2 weeks.
Don't look back, it's you and I. We're here tonight. Raise your hands and make me reach the stars. Feel the sparkle in the air. It's everywhere. Don't know about you, but I'm getting what's mine. I got the power.